You see, when YouTubers combine their content, it becomes really good. But have you ever think what would happen if we combine their logo? If no, then this video will be the answer for your questions. So let's get into it. Alright, for my first design, I have chosen Dude Perfect logo and Slogo's logo. Let's see what I can cook with these two. So I have these two letters from Dude Perfect logo and this slug which reminds me of a snake movement. So yeah, I'm gonna do the exact same thing with this slug, starting with this letter P, something like that. I know slugs are not this big, but let's just digest it for the sake of my artistic freedom. So after spending tedious amount of time, I ended up with this one. I know it is looking weird, but I'll refine it in the process. Like that. Tail must be pointy and little bit from here, and there you have it. Then I trace the shape with the pen tool so that I'll have the smooth edges. Now let's make it same as that slug. That means I need to add this color pattern to make some variation. And I need to make sure that this pattern only present where this slug is turning his body. Something like that. And for the head, I can just steal it from here cause no one's gonna. And this pattern will follow the head. You know what, let's just make the black stroke around the edges so that you can see it clearly. See, that is something. And these spots like that. I think I made it too much, so let's just erase some of them, and I think it is done. Then I made some color spot behind it cause this design is lacking some color. Now this is your first fusion. Dude Perfect plus logo is equal to, wait a minute, we haven't give this a name, so let's just think. How about Perfect's logo? I know it is not cool enough, but if you have any other cool name for this design, you can comment it. For the next design, we have PewDiePie's logo and Jacksepticeye's logo. For this one, I have a rough idea, so let's execute that. First, let me extract PewDiePie. Why it is pixelated? Oh yeah, he's in Japan. As we can see, PewDiePie's logo has no eyes, and guess what? We have an eye in Jacksepticeye's logo. Before that, let's remove this pattern. Yeah, that's good. Now I need this eye, and I can just extract it from here. Let's place them at the spot like that. Yeah, I'm gonna put these eyes like these are floating but connected to the head with this flash, which is also present in the original Jacksepticeye's logo. Same for the second one. Now what? Let's refine them. Shadows on the eyeball to make it look like spherical. See, like that. Again, shadows on the flash. It is looking kind of flat now. At this point of time, I realized that in real life, the flash of the eye is not just connected to them, they are kind of grabs the eyeball. So that's the same thing I need to apply here. See, that's what I was talking about. And again, I have to apply some shadows here to give it some extra dimension, and the touching shadow on the eyeball itself. Now we have the flash that is connected in this side. That means eye lens should be away from the center, and I have to make sure it will look like these eyes are coming out of this part, like a gateway or something like that. For that, these lines to make it 3D. What if I just add a tongue here? Because just with the eyes, it is looking weird. I mean, my aim is to make it a weird thing, but allow me to add this one. And these small white dots to give it some kind of textures. And one of the byproduct of having a tongue, that is saliva. Let's just add a background because a lot of things just disappear in this white canvas. You know what? Let's make his tongue green as well. And after a few little tweaks, here is our second combination, that is PewDiePie plus Jacksepticeye is equal to, again we forgot to name this one, so let's say PewDiePie. What's your take on this? Alright, next, this time I have chosen MrBeast logo and Dreams logo. Let's see what I can do with these two. So we have a beast which is basically a brutal animal, and on the other side we have a cute smiley Dreams logo. And we all know these type of animals eat living beings. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do here. For that, let's just expand his mouth so that I can fit Dream's whole body inside that. I mean from the logo. Now let's fit this thing like that. Let's erase the unnecessary part. Let's just change the shape. Something like this. And the other part, I wanted to make it like it is hanging in U shape, and this tooth should be half inside of this body, the tongue of Dreams logo. I think I should take out his eyes, because if someone is in this situation, I don't think he or she is gonna be in great condition. And of course they are connected to his head, but with a spring. Some drops of blood, few touching shadows, and it is done. You know what? Let's give this fusion and another shot, but this time Dream is in power. So for this design, I'm gonna create something like Dream is trying to pet this beast, but still this animal bite his hand, and now rest of the story you can imagine. So let's give them their place like that. And the hands of Dream's logo, they should be in the right spot. Let me just refine their edges, and these hands must be big because now they are going to handle a beast. You can see it clearly if I make some stroke around the edges. See, like that. Let's erase the unwanted part. Same process for the second one. And the blood, of course. Few touching shadow. And here we have our last combination. That is MrBeast plus Dream is equal to... I think you should name it. So tell me, you like this idea? And which combination is your favorite out of these three? And I'm out.